Nigel Shawn Williams, who made a splash at the Stratford Festival this season with his production of To Kill a Mockingbird, will take on the festival's season opener next year, Shakespeare's Othello. The play is about a black general who falls victim to an enemy who convinces Othello that his young white wife, Desdemona, has been unfaithful. Nigel Shawn Williams will follow up his success directing To Kill a Mockingbird for the Stratford Festival by returning next season to direct Shakespeare's Othello. Rob Middleton. Williams used his identity as a black artist to inform his approach to Mockingbird, digging into the racism of its 1930s Alabama setting and paying heed to the humanity of its black characters. In a news release, festival artistic director Anthony Cimolino said he is delighted to have Nigel back to direct Othello next season after his beautiful interpretation of To Kill a Mockingbird this year. Another highlight of the 2019 season is that director and choreographer Donna Fiore will again do double duty with the festival's musicals. After shepherding runaway hit The Rocky Horror Show and The Music Man this season, the first time in festival history the same person directed and choreographed both musicals, she will stage Billy Elliot the Musical and Little Shop of Horrors next year. Article continued below. The first is a Tony and Olivier award-winning show by Lee Hall and Elton John about a young boy fighting rigid views of masculinity to become a ballet dancer. The other is a cult hit send-up of science fiction and B-movies by Howard Ashman and Alan Menken. Cimolino called Fiore the master of musical theater. The 2019 season will also feature the world premiere of the third part of Kate Hennig's critically acclaimed Queenmaker trilogy, Mother's Daughter, based on the life of Queen Mary I of England. The first two parts, The Last Wife and The Virgin Trial, focused on Catherine Parr, the final spouse of King Henry VIII, and the future Elizabeth I, his second daughter. In Mother's Daughter, Mary Tudor grapples with her sister Elizabeth, her cousin Jane Grey and their shared regal inheritance, the festival says. Alan Dilworth will once again direct. As a companion piece, Stratford will also stage Shakespeare's Henry VIII. It will be directed by Martha Henry, who's been winning acclaim this season as the lead in Shakespeare's The Tempest. It was once seen as a play about pageantry, but it seems to me that it has more to do with personal faith in the dynamics of a very complicated marriage, that of King Henry VIII and his first wife, Catherine of Aragon, Cimolino says. Article continued below. Other companion pieces will be staged at the festival's Studio Theatre. Cimolino will direct Birds of a Kind by Wajdi Mouawad, marking the first time the festival has staged one of his works. The play premiered in Paris last fall, where it received the Grand Prix de la Critique. Set in New York and Jerusalem, it follows a German-Israeli family in conflict when the son wants to marry an Arab-American woman. This will be the world premiere of the English translation by Linda Gabriel. It will be paired with Gotthold Ephraim Lessing's Nathan the Wise, an 18th-century German Enlightenment comedy, directed by Birgit Schreier-Duarte. The new season also includes Shakespeare's comedy The Merry Wives of Windsor, directed by Cimolino, who says he is especially interested in the women at the heart of the story. The comedy The Man Who Came to Dinner by George S. Kaufman and Moss Hart, directed by Graham Abbey, a Stratford acting veteran who is also artistic director of Toronto's Groundling Theatre Companion, the festival players of Prince Edward County. Jonathan Goad, another longtime Stratford actor, will direct Arthur Miller's The Crucible in his directorial debut at the festival. It follows his success directing Annie Baker's John for the Company Theatre in Toronto in 2017. Gillian Kiley returns to the festival to direct The Never-Ending Story by Michael Enda, next season's Shulik youth play, from a script adapted by David S. Craig. Kiley was behind the festival's 2014 production of Alice Through the Looking Glass. The Noel Coward comedy Private Lives will be directed by Carrie Perloff, who recently completed 25 years as artistic director of the American Conservatory Theater in San Francisco. Productions will once again be seen in only 3 theaters, the Festival, Avon and Studio, as construction continues on the new Tom Patterson Theater Center, scheduled to open in 2020. Casting will be announced sometime in the fall. Meanwhile, the 2018 season continues with the final 3 productions opening this week: Julius Caesar, Napoli Millionaire, and Paradise Lost. See stratfordfestival.ca for information. Tickets go on sale November 11 to members and to the general public Jan. 4, 2019.